Alright. Yoshi Yosh. Alright, hello everyone. This is Namizaki Ren once again. And right now, this is actually an early stream about, you guess what? Punishing Grey Raven. And as the title suggests, we're just going to do a long playthrough about the quests. You know, it's been a long time since I played Punishing Grey Raven actually. And yeah, I actually did some off-camera, dailies along the way. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. hmm Yeah, here we go. Yeah, this is actually Selena and
おはよう
the
ございます。顔を合わせるこの日常をずっと続けていきたいです。ハッピーエンドを迎えるまで私たちは諦めません。たとえ時が乱れたり夜が闇に飲まれても。
Hmm. Well, I can explain. Yeah, I can definitely explain this part. But, you know what? Where's the realist music? Oh, here we go. I actually muted it. Yeah, alright, let's go with this. I can explain this, but definitely there's no need to. So anyway, let's begin, shall we? Challenge. What did I get here? Oh, hey, Pyro. Alright, let's go here. Alright. So, missions. Oh, dailies. Yeah, as you can see, I actually did my dailies just a while ago. So now, let's get some serum just in case. Let's check the dorm. Hmm. Yeah, click that. Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, I don't know how I ended up with the guild, but here we are, I guess. Yeah, it's a Philippine guild. it's a PH guild, because yeah, I came from Philippines too, so there's that. So, right. Yoshi. So yeah, this is our current progress in the game. Officially, I've actually ended the game right around... I've actually stopped around... Fallen Star, not this one. Yeah, I've actually stopped the game around Consumed by Darkness or Chapter 8. Then I made some quick progress until I reached the Across the Ruined Sea. So yeah, let's go with this one here. But yeah, knowing Punishing Grey Raven, this is going to be like a novel, so hopefully we can do or clear like 2 chapters here. Because yeah, this is actually an early stream for me. Normally I'd stream about 2 a.m. until 4 a.m. in the morning here. So yeah, let's go with this. Rarg. Okay, as the last corrupted falls, the blue hued space falls silence once again. Several tropical fish stare the uninvited guests through the thick glass that houses them. Construct A, threats cleared, no more hostile signals detected. Oh. Anyway, how is the life detector running? It's set to upload the scans automatically. Oh, gosh darn it. It's set to upload the scans automatically at set intervals. Look. Chico looks down at her terminal and finds a new imaging document there. However, there are also multiple obstructions interfering with the signal within the detector's range. There is no way to pinpoint the location of a specific target. Chico nods and continues asking. Yeah, definitely, you know, definitely a light novel series. It's like, you know, Punishing Grey Raven is like reading a book here. Just kinda good. I mean, way back in, you know, in the early days of Punishing Raven, I've actually played way back before. So, yeah, there's kind of bit of that. And this is actually a new taste back in the day for my perspective. We all have our own perspective here and there. So how's this hacking on surveillance authorization going? She hears no answers, just the sound of the Purifying Force members moving around. What's the status on the cameras? Okay. Chico raises her voice. Why are you kicking me, Norris? Oh, hey! Am I seeing Chuck Norris right now? She can hear the mumbling from the back of the team. Chico sighs, frustrated by how badly her team is working together. Almost every member of the Purifying Force is used to working alone. There has never been an operation that requires a team of more than 5 ever since the Purifying Force was formed. Damn, my voice is... No, my... Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with my reading right now. Or it's just my eyes. Not to mention that the Purifying Force has enlisted many members from other squads, as well as new recruits fresh out of school, leading to the current situation. Okay. I'm sorry, were you asking for me, Vice Captain? Chico takes a deep breath and calms herself, asking the same question a third time. Have we gotten access to the cameras? Copy that, Vice Captain. The hacking operation hasn't been completed yet at the moment. A brief commotion of panic comes from the back. A young construct is staring at the terminal, his fingers flying all over the keyboard. His name is printed on the custom terminal. What? You know what? Developer. Yes, great developer. The security system here isn't using the popular encryption method from the Golden Age. It's a bit difficult to crack it from the outside. But if you can give me another 10 minutes. Looking at the corpses on the floor and her injured teammate, Chico contemplates for a moment. That's longer than we can afford. We've encountered 5 grafted attacks already. Who can say when the next one's coming? How long will it take if we hack it from access point within the administrative room? Copy that, Vice Captain. If I have access to the administrative room, I can transfer the device directly to reset the system's authorization. I'm adjusting our objective. Prioritize making our way to the administrative room and access to the cameras. And stop saying copy that before every sentence, rookie. We don't need your habits from boot camp in the field. Well, definitely a captain and, you know, a battle-hardened soldier through and through. My type of woman, honestly. Copy, understood, Vice Captain. Oh, so that's the construct's name, Delapo. Yeah, I don't know how to say your name, so I'm going to call you Del. Construct A, but our mission here is to search for the Red Tide worshipping cult. What? Okay, Red Tide RTW. Okay, there we go. RTW cult. Yeah, Scarlet Revelation that got tricked into coming here by the Ascendants. The higher-ups won't be happy if we get sidetracked and get them killed. If they were indeed tricked here by the Ascendants, as the intel said, they could be monitoring us right now. It's already unusual that this Copperfield aquarium is still running. We should at least get the security cameras on our side. Pack up, team. Check your ammo and prepare to go. Roger. Hey, stop spacing out. Get your stuff and be ready to go. Ah, don't startle me, Norris. Wow. Why on earth did you apply for Purifying Force if you're so easily scared? And what's wrong with you today? You can usually hack into small cameras like this with just your toes. Are you getting stage fright from joining a big operation for the first time? Or is the customized terminal I gave you not to your liking? I remember you used to need the same pillow or you couldn't even sleep well. Aren't you still using a sleeping pod tree? Does it apply to terminals as well? My toes. Stop exaggerating. Del shakes his head, bombarded by his terrified friend's endless questions. The terminal is great. Like I said, the inscription here is uncommon. Del looks confused as he says that, but most assets Copperfield left on the surface use the same inscription method. This is the first time I've seen this, or I've seen something like this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need my reading glasses here. There's a lot of reading. Maybe the guy was getting creative that day, or perhaps the Ascendants altered the encryption. Haha. Del shivers quickly, covering Norris's mouth. Knock on wood, I don't want to see any Ascendants today. Definitely, if you live in this, in this world, you don't want to see an Ascendant, because the Ascendants are like the equivalent of, of like, well, in Honkai Star Rail, an Emanator, if not an Emanator. If it's in Honkai Impact, that's a Hersher. If not on Honkai Impact, alright. If it's in Genshin, that's going to be an equivalent of a Fatui Harbinger, or if not a Fatui Harbinger, a high-ranking Abyss member in Genshin. Well, considering Wuthering Waves, it's going to be the Fraxiduses themselves too. Okay, let's see here. You're part of the purifying force now. Sooner or later, you'll run into them. Yeah, fair point with that. Norris easily removes his hold and rests a hand on his shoulder instead, speaking to him earnestly. Ah, okay. This is part of growing up, you know. Yeah, the guy has a point. You talk like you had me an ascendant before. Dell knows the person before him. Had Norris survived an encounter with an ascendant with an intact speech module, Dell would have had to disable his own audio module or he would never have heard the end of it. Haha, even though a new ascendant pops up every other day, and many of them showed up during the Kowloon War, I still haven't met one. I'm kind of lucky, I guess. My luck has to continue, right? Yeah, definitely a death flag right over there, Norris. What are you still doing there, Norris? I have to go. Norris pats Dell on his shoulder as he walks past his friend. Don't you worry, even if we run into ascendants, you specialists are rare in the purifying force. You'll be safe with us in the front. And Vice Captain is with us too. Not the best reputation, sure, but her skills on the battlefield are unmatched. Yeah, another dead flag there. You know, just to pause here for a bit. Speaking of, the stories, these guys who says that the best reputation on the battlefield are unmatched, or I'm lucky, or whatnot, or if you've actually read some stories or tragic stories like, related to punishing Grey Raven, you could definitely tell that these are dead flags already. If not a dead flags, alright, these are pretty much, okay, this is pretty much a sign that they will die. If not, they will suffer, a traumatic event. Yeah, let's continue with this, shall we? So, stop being a sourpuss. Yeah, I nearly said something that I shouldn't say there. How can you tell how I feel through my mask? That's true friends for you. Okay, let's continue. Haha, I know how you feel even if you're an abstract piece of art. Oh. A bullet lands right next to where Norris is standing. The squad leader, urging Norris to return to his post, is pointing a gun at him with smoke still coming out of the barrel. Bloody Christ. Norris. Okay, we're not gonna read that. I'm coming. By the way, I've requested a transfer to your squad after this mission. We can watch each other's back in the future. Well, okay. Yeah, this is a best friend right over here. With that, Norris rushes to the front of the troop. The La Power. Yeah, we're gonna stick with Dell. Dell sights, looking at Norris, getting further and further away. Don't you jinx it. Packing up his terminal, the developer looks up casually and finds the tropical fish in the tank staring at the troop of Purifying Force members. This antique of a facility from the Golden Age is still running without issues, even to this day. Out of nowhere, the Power suddenly wonders if the fish in there consider the humans some aliens trapped in their own glass cage. The members of Scarlet Revelation believe the dead are reborn in the Red Tide. Since it retains their memories, data, and consciousness, the Red Tide projections are considered echoes of their lives. The difference in their forms and living habitats makes it impossible for them to communicate. Just as how fish cannot understand humans, humans cannot understand the lives in the Red Tide. Wait a minute. Why is there fish in there? The facility might have been running, but how could the fish survive this long without anyone to look after them? This is a well-maintained graveyard, but a graveyard nonetheless. There should be nothing but rotten corpses inside. Dell walks away from his team, slowly walking toward the group of fish that has been staring at him. The closer he gets, the closer the fish approaches. Thousands of fish adhere to the glass on one side, their eyes forming a giant insect-like compound eye, the gaps between the eyeballs filled by their colorful bodies. Oh god. Oh god, that was something. Anyway, 1,000 eyes slowly turn, tracing the Loper's footsteps. The Loper's reflections in them gradually expand, twist, and transform. Yeah, let's lower the volume here. Alright, let's continue. As the water moves and surges, his self in their eyes begins to melt like butter, and his bones, blood, and flesh crumple away, leaving an empty sack of skin floating in the water. He cannot feel his feet anymore. The vaguely humanoid-shaped figure approaches the glass wall that separates the water from the air. Oh, ha. The closer he gets, the more blissful he feels, as if every organ in his body is screaming with joy. Anka. His consciousness will be liberated from its cage for a sky of freedom. His body will break the chains that bound him and sprout a pair of wings. Just a little bit closer. Bianca! Okay, cough. Her buried consciousness slowly rises, her sense of self re-established. Dust-covered corpses lie underneath her feet. The faint light from the lamp in her hand is slowly dying, and the projections in her visual module are dissolving into the air. How are you feeling, Bianca? The projections overlap with the figure before her. For a brief second, she cannot recognize who that is. Calibrating her visual module, Bianca finds Lucia standing before her. Next to Lucia is a human, while other members of this operation are standing further away, keeping watch. I'm okay. Were you the one that terminated the Phantom Tracer, Commandant? Yeah. She looks at the now darkened lamp and frowns. Your mind was extremely unstable back then. The deep mind connection might not make it in time, so I authorized to stop the tracer first. That is when Bianca realizes that her mind is currently connected intricately through a special network. Was her mind deviation so severe that she did not even notice this earlier? A timely assessment, Commandant, as she said. After viewing some events that took place here through the Phantom Tracer, I began to experience hallucinations. Looking at the mere handful of bionic fish in the giant fish tank, Bianca is certain that the thousands of tropical fish she saw earlier were her hallucinations. My mind has stabilized now. You can stop the deep mind connection, Commandant. I don't know how to pronounce that. Commandant. Oh, there we go. Commandant. I kept saying it Commandant. It's when it's actually pronounced as Commandant. Yeah, we're gonna need to work on with that. As the link is disconnected, Bianca hooks the lamp-shaped Phantom Tracer back on her belt. Compared to the Spear of FOS, this tracer has a much higher risk of mind deviation. You should rely on it less, Bianca. I agree with Lucia. At least now we know that. Well, at least now we know what's the longest duration we can use the tracer for. Asimov and Vesalius have mentioned that if we can stabilize the mind through a deep mind connection in time, there is no fear of a mind deviation. Don't take unnecessary risk. Don't worry, I'll use it responsibly. Yeah, I'm trying to, visualize what the commandant would sound like. So yeah, let's continue here. This is too hasty. We're underprepared for this mission and this new frame. Babylonia, 9 a.m. Hassan, thank you for your hard work on the last mission. You mentioned in your report that Litus has some unique insights on the Red Tide. Yeah, I'm gonna use my natural voice here. He seems to believe that the lives taken by the Red Tide aren't completely gone. They merely live on in another fractured form. Alright, this is gonna be for Hassan's point. I don't know if it's gonna work. This seems to match what no one said. I suspect that the incident at Copperfield Aquarium is the work of the Ascendants. Yeah, I don't think it's working. Yeah, we're just gonna use our natural voice. Copperfield Aquarium? You heard me. That's where you're going next. The truth is, the Ascendants aren't just targeting constructs with their rumors. They have also swayed some scavenger groups that hold similar ideals. The projection on the bridge suddenly displays a large amount of intel and images. Okay. Scarlet Revelation. It is a new group that believes that the Red Tide can resurrect the dead. From the testimonials we gathered, they were a small group of 13 before gradually expanding into a group of thousands. The originals 13 that started the group called themselves the 13 Revelationists. Well, that's, kinda cringy, but sure, we'll take it. 13 Revelationists, it sounded like, from a certain game. It's actually called Kingdom Hearts. And in that group, they call themselves Organization 13. So long story short, they're the bad guys, but not all of them are the bad guys. Most of them are just, broken characters and whatnot. But yeah, enough of, other games. Let's focus on punishing Grey Raven here. They haven't done anything as fanatical as pushing or luring people into the Red Tide yet. But recently, the 13 Revelationists all receive invitations from an unknown Ascendant, one after another. The Ascendant promised them rebirth through the Red Tide if they showed up at a specific location and passed the Ascendants' tests and filtering. Even though the 13 only considered rebirth through the Red Tide a tale of solace, any comfort they could find turned into a lifetime in these desperate times. Most of them died on their journey. The purifying force only found dead bodies and a handful of survivors when they arrived. I think I need to change, my reading glasses here, because yeah, I'm actually having a rough time reading some of the texts. Only one of the 13 Revelationists survived. Oh. Ooh, hello. A picture of a woman with dark eyeshadow appears in the projection. I may need to get a closer look. Grace last appeared in Copperfield Aquarium. Where it is? What? Yeah, were the Ascendants trying to turn the people into one of them? No one mentioned that it was not humans but Lithos who turned them into construct. You do know how or why. Oh, sorry. You do not know how or why, but the Ascendants also seem to possess construct technology. Not really, their situations. Not really. Their situations were different from no one's. They all tested negative for tantalum 193 affinity in conservation areas in the past. There was no way they could become constructs. And we found that the technology used in Nolan's frame was more or less identical to ours, apart from the anomaly in his mind. In theory, even the Ascendants couldn't turn them into constructs. Nonetheless, we couldn't just watch as our own were sacrificed for some Ascendants' conspiracies. We sent a team of Purifying Force to investigate the aquarium, but they also disappeared. Even Chico? Oh. Oh no. Oh no 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 not her. Yeah, you know what. Yeah, let's continue. This is Chico. We're no longer detecting any corrupted signals at the entrance and the surrounding 1 kilometer area. Beginning the investigation of the Scarlet Revelation now. That is the last recording we received. We want you to continue Chico's mission and investigate the Scarlet Revelation and what the Ascendants are after at the Copperfield Aquarium, and try to rescue as many survivors as possible. Any questions? I have one, but it's not mission related. What is it? It's about Lee. There are so many questions you want answers to that you have no idea where to begin. However, Hassan seems to know what you want to ask just at the mention of Lee. I understand your worry, but I can't tell you too much yet. But I want you to know that we're doing what we're what? But I want you to know that we're doing what we're doing to prevent another Imperia. Yeah, it seems like this is the part where we would, meet or at least have, have a new frame for Lee, or this is the foreshadowing of Lee's new frame, which is Hyperreal, as far as I know at least, since they're already developing specialized frames. The real hope is the people who created all of them. Your words at the parliament didn't just impact people's opinions on the 0 point engine on the moon. So, trust our people and give them more time. I'll go get ready. The mood in the transfer crap is very. Most members of the Purifying Force are not speaking. Rare, brief interactions quickly revert to silence. Wow, this is actually a heavy mood here. You recognize some faces from previous missions, but some you do not know. They seem to be new recruits who just joined the Purifying Force. Okay. But you are perhaps most surprised by their captain. Bianca, your frame. Bianca is here in a completely new form after being severely injured in the previous battle with the agent. What? When did that happen? You are not surprised to find her as the captain of the squad. You are surprised to find her using a frame you have never seen instead of the Veritas frame. While the Zero frame is under repair, even her bow has been replaced with a sword staff. Our mission takes place indoors this time. Since a bow isn't the most optimal weapon of choice, I've been provided with an alternative equipment. Noticing the confusion in your eyes, she explains the reason why she has changed her weapon. By the way, Vesalius asked me to give this to you. Bianca hands you a familiar looking connection device. Is this the improved DeepMind connection device? Why do we need it? I'll explain later. Please wear your seatbelt first, Commandant. Phantom Tracer. That's right. It's the new technology at the core of the Stigmata frame. Oh, okay. According to Bianca, the the lamp-shaped Phantom Tracer can help her reconstruct the past in a set area. The Spear of FOS that Grey Raven used could do the same as long as there are functional digital devices on the scene, if this is all the Tracer is for. But, unlike the Spear of FOS, the Phantom Tracer can read part of the data stored within the Punishing Virus before deciphering it with an enhanced version of the Spear of FOS. Limited by the construct hardware, we cannot perform the same kind of analysis and simulation as as a dedicated machine. A machine like that, however, is easily infected by the Punishing Virus, which limits its mobility. The Spear of I can't. Yeah, let me get push this here. Okay, I think this will. Let me reset myself. Okay, the Spear of FOS Asimov invented can be used by constructs, but it only works on the data stored inside functional digital devices. The Phantom Tracer fills the gaps between them. Given how the surface is filled with the Punishing Virus, we can use this tracer to figure out what happened to an area in the past. Okay, so it's like a compacted version of the Spear of FOS, huh? So the Punishing Virus is capable of storing data. Now that I think about it, the Red Tide projections have proven to show similar traits. According to the researchers, they have been investigating this property of the Punishing Virus for a long time, dating back to before even the Red Tide was first discovered. But it wasn't until No One's recent appearance that gave them the final piece of the puzzle. Oh, okay. Alright, so No One is now actually a transcendent, okay. Yes, per Asimov mentioned before, Kamui is a transcendent, someone who is on the neutral side. Okay. Using the Phantom Tracer will lead to mind deviation. Although you do not understand how the Phantom Tracer works, it is clear to you that deciphering information from the Punishing Virus is not as easy as clicking open a document from a terminal. Yes, if a deep mind connection isn't established after running the tracer for a certain amount of time, it can lead to permanent damage and deviation to the mind. And given that the deciphering process involves the Punishing Virus, establishing a deep mind connection while the tracer is running exacts a heavier toll on the Commandant than usual. How long do we have? We don't know yet. You don't know? Hold on. Bianca has Stigmata been Bianca, has the Stigmata been calibrated and tested in simulations? No One only arrived on Babylonia a while ago. If the researchers were only able to complete the Phantom Tracer after No One's appearance, then Stigmata must not have been made that long ago. Oh. Given how urgent the situation is, this frame has only been briefly tested and calibrated. But we're certain that it won't damage my mind when we're not using the Phantom Tracer. Yeah, my neck. There we go. Yeah, that felt nice. As for the tracer itself, there wasn't a suitable testing venue in Babylonia, and it was too late to test it on the ground. You cannot help but clutch your fist so tight that your nails can almost I nearly said piss, pierce your palms. Okay. The real hope is the people who created all of them. Your words at the parliament didn't just impact people's opinion on the 0 point engine on the moon. So, trust our people and give them more time. You almost have to squeeze your words out through clenched teeth. President Hassan and Asimov wouldn't have agreed to this. Who made Stigmata, Bianca? Bianca closes her eyes and does not speak until your fist eventually relaxes. It was Kurono, Commandant. They've been researching it since the punishing virus appeared. Oh, okay. Chapter 20, Across the Ruined Sea. God, that took like 30 minutes. 30 minutes just for one. This is chapter 20, and it took 20 minutes. Okay, let's go. Oh, we're gonna use her? Okay. Chico's squad was heading toward the administrative room. Bianca is explaining the information she retrieved through the Phantom Tracer to her team when a call to her terminal suddenly interrupts her. Who is she? How long was this Phantom Tracer? How was the Phantom Tracer? Stigmata. A pale face appears in the comms interface. We just finished running it for the first time. I'll upload the relevant data after the mission. Please do not interrupt our operation unprompted again. I believe I mentioned that to you before, Vesalius. Oh. Damn. I don't know what to say, but I love crazy women like this. But anyway, Vesalius sneers at Bianca's words, showing no desire to terminate her call. I see. I'll upload the data now. The tracer only ran briefly, but it generated more data than expected. The upload is progressing slowly. Yeah, that was actually a tongue twister for me. Right. Are you the Grey Raven Commandant? The pale female figure turns her gaze toward you while she waits for the data transfer to complete. I am. I heard you directly connected your mind beacon to a corrupted in a previous mission. That's right. Ha! No wonder they were so confident and didn't even bother to arrange a recovering plan for you. You're certainly much more capable than the last Grey Raven Commandant. How did the deep mind connection with Stigmata feel? Is there any difference to repairing Imperia? It's Eclipse now, isn't it? Mind? Their names are Bianca and Liv. For some reason, Vesalius seems inclined to call constructs by the code names of their frames instead of their actual names. She grins mockingly, seemingly having thought of something. Singing the same tune, are we? A familiar appearance would help stabilize the mind. Recognizing your own face will keep the mind from deviating. Vesalius' smile grows ever more sarcastic. I thought someone who spent every day and night with construct would stop fooling themselves at some point. Should I commend you for being the hero the Parliament meticulously adorned? Have those pretty ribbons ensnared your critical thinking? If it's foolish to think that constructs are mere tools, it's equally foolish to think that constructs are just humans. A perfect body, a controlled path of evolution, and an independent mind. Constructs are a new life form. They are the next step of the evolution. But that doesn't mean we need to abandon or deny who we were. Lucia suddenly speaks up from the side. Perhaps your name meant a lot to your past as a human, but your frame's codename is what anchors you in this new form of life. It's unwise to avoid it. You keep telling yourself you're human, but you wield powers a human can only dream of. This discrepancy can't be swept away with a few petty words. Oh, pretty words. Gosh darn, the lettering here. Okay. The main reason for mind deviation is the disconnection between yourself and reality. How do you remain, or how do you remain yourself if you won't confront your distinctions? Are you dressing like a nun to take the deserters to heaven? You should be sending them to hell. Wow. Know you, know you as who you are, not who you were when you were human. Holy damn, woman. That's some deep philosophy there. None of them has been a human for a very long time. None of them has been human for a very Vesalius. Bianca interrupts Vesalius from finishing what she has to say. The data has been uploaded. Please complete your assessment quickly. We still have work to do. Fine. Vesalius' projection goes silent as if reading something. She soon furrows her brows. The shorter than benchmark runtime wasn't expected. You weren't our first choice after all. She reads a few pages and gets increasingly displeased. The hallucinations appeared immediately afterward. That data doesn't seem to be completely useless. It's surprising and fascinating, but it also prevents that your mind was deviating before your hallucinations appeared. You should heed my warning, Stigmata. Eliminating the punishing virus isn't the only way forward. The Phantom Tracer was made to decipher the data within the punishing virus. To utilize a weapon of punishing virus half-heartedly in your half-hearted form will only create a greater disconnection within yourself. I'll think about it what you said or when needed. You'll still run into these hallucinations later anyway. I look forward to the data these unanticipated phenomena provide. Remember to stabilize her mind with a deep mind connection in time. I don't want my work to become something one and done. Not that we have more tissues from the heterohive mother to make another phantom tracer. Vesalius disappears from the projection after she ends the call. Who is she? She's the lead researcher from Kurano I mentioned before, Commandant. She was also one of the lead creators of Stigmata. What is that warning she mentioned? This coding wasn't what the Stigmata frame looked like. The original form leans more toward the stereotypes of the purifying force and witches. But considering that a familiar appearance can help stabilize the mind, we made this coding in response to the short production time of the frame. Oh, okay. This wasn't part of the plan. Bianca seems to think of something right as she says that a rare hint of hesitation flashes across her eyes, but it quickly disappears, replaced by her usual determination. We took too long to upload it. We took too long to upload that data. Commandant, we should proceed with our mission. A hastily made frame, a temporary coding, a replacement for the top candidate. You have more or less understood what happened from their conversation. But if Bianca is not willing to talk about it, you should just let her be for now. Alright. You start hearing the echoes of muddled footsteps within the aquarium. From the depth of the unseen underground, the hospitable staff are ready to welcome you. Alright. Ikuzo. System alert, unable to identify employee information. Connecting to AI customer service. What the heck? Okay, that looks really eerie. Dear esteemed guests, welcome to the Copperfield Aquarium. This area is currently closed for repair. Please accept our apologies. Our staff will enter the activation password as soon as the repair is complete. We appreciate your patience. Copperfield Aquarium wishes you a wonderful day. Welcome to Copperfield Aquarium. We hope you have a wonderful time here. Not just the entrance, every facility in the aquarium is working properly. There is still a small amount of punishing virus lingering here. We can use the Phantom Tracer to look into it later. Okay. Next to the bottom floor is a long line that appears to have been drawn with a metal object with two small lines of text besides it. A metal sign with the layout of the aquarium. The lower third floor is a large pool for sea creature performance. The other two floors are just ordinary bio-water tanks. The first line goes to latecomer. The bottom floor has a passage leading to the nearest town. The second line goes to latecomer. Don't go into the passage. It has been sealed after the collapse. It's full of water there. It's badly corroded. It seems the text was carved. Okay, again. A white paper was scanned to long source reaching of items. Okay. This is okay, that is just creepy. What? I wasn't able to read that. What? He was looking at someone standing in my direction. Are you a construct from Babylonia? Was it Chico and her people that he met? Yes, Lady Revelationist and the other Revelationists are still down there. Would you like to join us? Lady Revelationist. I think this is how Scarlet Revelation calls Grace. No, you're the ones who need to be saved. Ha 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 ha, yeah. The lower third floor is filled with the red tide. This way we will be reborn. God, thank you. To my beloved daughter, it seems the text was left by the owner of the aquarium. The candles won't last so long. Someone has been replacing them. Is it the refugees or the ascendants? This is not from the aquarium. There are battle marks on it. Okay. I guess we're gonna proceed with this one first. A well-preserved voice recorder, but only gases appear. The current is too strong to pass through. Let's see if we can find another way. Eh? Oh! No need to be sad. We have new lives now. This isn't what I wanted. Here, come closer. Run as far as possible. No, come and kill me. Sooner or later you'll become one of us. Okay, creepy. That was... The Phantom Tracer is reacting again. Since you're the passive emerge in front. Oh! Just like last time. Okay, I'm fighting and reading at the same time, which is... Anything else? Okay. You are not our enemy. You want me to follow you? Okay, following we go. This place. New password is required. Eh? What's the situation on your side? We are still in the West Wing, but we found traces of survivors as a byproduct. Wait, so there are 4 candles. 2, 3, 3. 2, 3, 3, 3. Should I try it? Can I try it though? I guess we're going to the survivors. It was sealed from the other side. The punishing virus concentration here is very low. Who's out there? I'm with Babylonia. Are you with the Scarlet Revelation? Really? Lady Revelation... Wait. Lady Revelationist was correct. Was she born again? Sorry, we are here to investigate on her and those who disappeared with her. Disappeared? I remember when they went down to clear the passage that collapsed to get the red tide at the pool right behind that water curtain. But it's closed. We closed it. Lady Revelationist asked us to wait here for her, but she is still not back. I'll find her and ask the others to evacuate you. Really? Then I'll give you the password. If I was right about that password... Yeah, but never mind. Should be... Oh, 9451. 9451. Yay! Oh. The water curtain opened. This way we can move downstairs. Dear esteemed guests, the undersea tunnel to the lower second floor has been repaired. Please enter in an orderly manner. You can find restaurants, entertainment facilities, and 24-hour dolphin performances on the second lower floor. Whoa! Okay, 24-hour dolphin performances. Oh god, that's both gonna kill the dolphins and the handlers themselves. But then again, this is a fictional world. Copperfield Aquarium wishes you a wonderful day. Bloody hell. As the water curtain lifts, the tunnel to the lower second floor appears before you. The punishing virus concentration in the air is increasing. Your protective suit warns you at the same time as Lucia. Fortunately, the recent concentration is still within an acceptable level. You smell a rotten scent different from the red tide through the tunnel. All of you cannot help but turn and stare at the fire alarm box carved in children's graffiti at the end of it. Dried red and black matters cover the decorative illustrations like splash ink. Dark red slime oozes out from underneath as if the rotten scent is made physical. Okay. Okay, yeah, no. You also hear jumbled heinous whispers. You swing with your assigned blade, removing the door to the alarm box entirely. Splat sploosh! And the thing inside drips onto the floor in consecutive globs, forming a cake of meat that is about 2 arms wide. Okay, now that's clearly disgusting. Good thing I'm only reading it. This is an ooze-like substance without a concrete form, newly grown muscle tissues, and lumps joined together by splintered metal and flesh. And fresh organic matter submerged in slime. But Bianca can see countless figures through the phantom tracer. Their faces are blurred, their identities unrecognizable. The most she can do is identify if they are male or female presenting. Wow. The organic matter rises and falls with its breath, and plumps bubble to its surface, one after another. They quickly burst, splashing the foul substance within them onto the surrounding floor. The ooze cries every time a cyst bursts. That is when you can vaguely recognize a few twisted faces on its lump-covered surface. Okay. Their eyes are squinching as if they are ecstatic, but their mouths are twisted in all kinds of ways, whispering and murmuring painfully. The ooze wriggles its lumps, struggling to crawl toward the spilled filth. The sharp, splintered metal cuts open its pink skin, and blood spills out, leaving a trail on the floor. Hehe, wahaha, la. Eh. What makes you shudder is now the mouth smothered joyfully as the ooze loses more blood. Yeah, that is kind of a bit disturbing. Mhm. I'll end their suffering. One of the purifying force members takes out a flamethrower and wipes away the cursed filth before you with a 2800 degree fire. As it is burned into char, the metal hidden underneath the lumps is revealed. What is that? Bianca picks up a metal plate with the end of her sword staff from the burning body. It looks like a tag of a construct. Wiping away the material clinging onto the metal, Bianca sees a name. Delapoer? Oh. Who's calling me? Delapoer looks up from the cold, hard floor, looking for the voice that was just calling him. He is inside a regular lunchroom. Apart from the usual furniture, there are all kinds of terminals here. There's even a medium-sized personal computer from the Golden Age. Delapoer takes some time to sit up as he discerns how stiff his body is. I haven't rested for a while, have I? Whatever, I should go. The Lapore opens the door and falls. Damn it, how did the Ascendant get here from so far away? Oh damn, Norris. Norris is running inside the tunnel as quickly as he can. Signs of infection, vital fluid from different colors, and charred wounds cover his body. Norris' squad finally escaped the Ascendant's pursuit after a suicidal bombing. In return, everyone but Norris is now buried underneath the crumbled aquarium. Norris only managed to escape because he was lucky enough to not be caught by the mechanical arm. Comms is busted as well. I've gotta get out here and inform the others. Recalling the hellish scene on the lower third floor, even someone like Norris cannot help but shiver. Yeah, no, I was supposed to be on the front line. Why was a specialist like you rushing in? Norris, uh, Norris clutches the broken tag in his hand, his anguish turning into his motivation to move forward. The empty aquarium is filled with echoes of his curses. His experienced sensors detect a faint grating sound. Yeah, bang, bang, bang. Norris empties his clip at a dark corner without hesitation, before rushing up and striking with his standard knife. He can feel his blade cutting through a tofu-like texture before smashing into the hard floor. What the hell? Off target, 0 points. The Lapore fires at the target ahead of him, expressionlessly, accompanied by the flat announcement of the AI. The rings on the upper body-shaped target are spotless. The arm outside the rings, however, is adorned with a few bullet holes. Dang. So I guess this is like a flashback. Let's see here. Okay, 9.5 points. Yeah, that wasn't actually a comment there. Okay. The AI makes another announcement, and an intentionally woeful voice coming from beside the Lapore follows. Guess I'm not doing too well today. Although the Lapore cannot immediately remember the person's name, he still responds automatically. That's enough. Wasn't your previous best score 8.7? Hey, don't get mad at me for your poor performance. Come on, Sourpuss. Our enemies on the surface might not be humanoid, right? And think of it this way. The enemies can't hold their weapons if you hit their arms, right? It's better not hitting them all. That said, I think you can actually hit closer to their legs there. Oh god, it's Norris. His enemy's not fast. The slow crawling creature even stops sometimes. But Norris no longer has hands to fight back or legs to run away. The slime shot came from the monster immediately melts away Norris's talantalum-made limbs, and the highly concentrated punishing virus it carries proceeds to infect him. Norris cannot do anything but lie on the floor as he watches the monster crawl ever so slightly closer. Hungry. Constructs don't get hungry, and don't you think it looks a bit too creepy? Whatever, it's free anyway. Those guys from WGAA love to host weird functions like this. The Lapore is holding a robot-shaped cookie. What? Okay. Its strawberry jam eyes glowing an eerie red. The Lapore still cannot remember the chatty construct's name. They know each other so well, so they must be good friends, right? Oh. The Lapore feels empty inside, as if something is missing. Give it a taste. Will the hole inside him be filled once he accepts this gift? Okay, that's creepy. Okay, those sudden flashes are creepy there. Clank. Yeah, you know. The chatty construct quiets down. Okay. It tastes alright. What do you think, Norris? As prepared as she might be, Bianca still cannot calmly observe what is unveiling before her. The ooze crawls around on the floor, searching for something and falling before returning to the fire alarm box, as if the little dark space is the only shelter it trusts. Pretty sure this is either Norris or De La Poe a while ago. Okay, Bianca hears sobbing inside there where she cannot see. Come on, get closer. Let me take a good look at you. Oh god, Chico. Bianca walks towards the voice, compelled. That's it. There are so many of us here. Come closer and you'll see them. What? Eh? The quickest way to death is wishing you could see the dead again. Whoa. A chilling fright drags Bianca back from her disoriented mind, and she finds herself in a snow field somehow. Gee, this is long. Why did you come here? To save people? Hearing the voices behind her, Bianca fights not to look back. Yeah, I nearly said hold. It's definitely look back. Anyway, continuing. Is this my memory? Do you like snow? Oh. Our attachment to the living... Eh? What? What happened there? Our attachment to the living clouds our judgment, resulting in irreparable loss. Our feelings for the dead makes us weak, be they fear or longing. Only if we are indifferent to death can we stand against those fearless monsters. Oh, hey. Ah. Well, my first chat for today is definitely somewhat of a spam. Yeah, let's ignore that there. But we will become monsters ourselves. Only monsters can defeat monsters. Fair point there. There have to be other ways. What? Oh, okay. Chico's tone is uncharacteristically gentle. Bianca suddenly realizes that Chico and the rest of the purifying force have been seemingly stopped calling her a fence sitter after some particular event. We're meant to be accustomed to goodbyes. No matter what happens, no matter whose life you take. Even yours, that's right. Feel free to mock me if I become a corrupted one day, loudly. That's... Something pushes Bianca from behind, and she falls into the blizzard, the snow clouding her vision. Please. And the snow muffles Chico's last words. What did Chico say? Okay, so just one word, alright. How are you feeling, Bianca? The hallucinated coldness begins to fade as Bianca's consciousness returns to reality. Yeah, we're just gonna remove this message here. There we go. Alright, whew. I'm fine now. She turns her gaze towards you. Commandant, there is something we have to report right now. Is it done? Oh god, that was a long ass read. Every quest is gonna take 20 minutes, I'm pretty sure here. I think I might need some water. I think I might need to go back. Yeah, I'll be right back. Just a quick sec. Now we're back. That took some time. Okay. Alright. I actually got myself some peanut butter jelly here, along with the newly refilled water bottle, at least. Right. Let's proceed with the story. Okay. Yosh. Ikuzo. Yeah, I'm gonna eat something here. Hmm. Are you certain? We haven't investigated the lower third floor and the west wing ourselves yet, but the evidence we've collected so far is proof enough. The Ascendants have amassed a large amount of red tide at the reservoir on the lowest level of the aquarium through the underground waterways. So they never stop trying to spread the red tide on the ocean. And you know what? I'm just gonna finish my peanut butter jelly here, and continue along the way. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Well, you know what? Eating peanut butter and jelly, late at night like this is actually kind of good. Hmm. Yeah, I think I should timestamp this because if I post this on YouTube, yeah, if I post this on YouTube, I gotta make sure that I skip it because this is definitely the boring part. Hang on, I'm just gonna finish it. Hmm. Yeah, one last bite. One last bite. And then we hydrate ourselves. Okay. Whew. That was a good snack time. Alright. So they never stopped trying to spread the red tide to the ocean. Hmm. So they've been spreading those rumors to draw our attention away from this, sending the red tide to the ocean through the waterways. Otherwise would be ineffective and easily detected by our satellites. But we'd be powerless to stop them if they release the red tide after amassing a large volume, no matter how quickly we detect it afterward. Hmm. The result of the simulation is in. I'll skip ahead to the conclusion at maximum capacity. The amount of red tide they release will contaminate the entire ocean in 2 months. Whoa! That's something there. Can we hit them with the Longinus arsenal as we did? I'm afraid not. The red tide isn't exposed in the surface this time. There are high strength structures and a sizable volume of water above it. The Longinus arsenal would lose most of its energy puncturing the structures above. What's left is incapable of vaporizing the water. They didn't transfer this volume of red tide in a day or two. They've been doing a great job hiding their activity from us. We're only noticing this because they were luring the Scarlet Revelation to the aquarium. Hmm. They would do something that could expose their plan. I think I think it's for an experiment. An experiment? Yes, they have seemingly discovered a way to expedite the process of evolving hetero creatures from the red tide. It didn't take long for the disappeared squad to become part. Oh, that's a good stretch. For the red tide to devour them. What? Even the usually calm Asimov looks surprised alongside Nicola and Hassan. The Ascendants must be involved. Asimov factor in this variable and run the simulation again. Wow. On it, done. Factoring in the speed they're evolving now, the number of hetero creatures will grow by 127 times even before the ocean is completely contaminated. We have to stop this. Let's use the Omega weapons we salvaged from the moon. Those are all Omega weapons we have before we can restore the lunar base. Now's the time to show our cards. We shouldn't need many if only we deploy the Omega weapons on the lower third floor. Don't forget that you're not authorized to use those Omega weapons. Many in the Parliament are hoping to use them to clear the remaining punishing virus from the moon and rebuild the lunar base. If we don't have enough evidence to verify the threat, getting them to approve it is a pipe dream. We need comprehensive footage at the very least. The Purifying Force will continue to explore the lower third level after this call. We will be uploading the relevant footage as quickly as possible. Hassan does not answer beyond this terminal's view. The Purifying Force members are silently inspecting their gears and preparing to descend further. Looking at the captain, he handpicked himself. Hassan eventually nods. I'll start preparing a team to transfer the Omega weapons. Be careful. We will. Let's go. If we're done with the bureaucracy. What? Let's go. Let's get going if we're done with the bureaucracy. Damn. Okay. Not yet. We still need to leave a few people here to protect the refugees. Many in the Purifying Force frown upon hearing that. Our priority should be investigating the lower third floor. It will end up costing us if we are even just one person short of delivering the intel. We can't put innocent people at risk, not to mention we need to secure an exit as well. How innocent can they be when they voluntarily came here for the Ascendants? The Purifying Force members sneer. But I agree with the rest of what you said. Everyone? The members look at each other before a few of them promptly fall back. We'll leave this place to you. You should stay too, Lucia. The Purifying Force is inexperienced in defensive operations. Keeping a seasoned fighter like Lucia here can certainly mitigate some risks. Understood. Are you going to follow Bianca, Commandant? The Deep Mind connection has a limited range. I have to go with her. I see. Please be careful. You know, Lucia is definitely like a wife material here, if I do say so myself. It's like she's that worried wife. Like every move you do, she's going to be like, "Honey, are you okay?" Hey, let's continue with this. I'll guard the refugees and the exit with the Purifying Force. I trust you. You fist bumped Lucia before proceeding with the advance team. Oh, we're fighting now. Should I? Yeah, I mean, I only have a limited time, so let's do this. Skip the stage. It's a very long quest, so I'm not gonna risk it. Hang on, I'm just gonna check something here real quick.
あなたの気にかける未来にあなた自身もいてください。指揮官。
Yeah, I told you, she's definitely a wife material. Yeah, I still have one more. Yeah, to be honest, I actually made 2 peanut butter jelly sandwich, so yeah, I'm just gonna speed run myself here for a bit. Just a quick speed run. Hang on. Yosh, now we're back. Let's go. Okay, let's continue the suffering. Okay, we're nearly there. We can do this. We can do this. Oh. Yeah, that was a good sandwich. I'm not your enemy. It's a guest welcome. Go back to where you came. I'm hungry. Yep, I am also hungry. Mama ate me. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to read that aloud. I really don't. Yeah, I'm not gonna read any of this. It's a bit disturbing for my side. Am I seeing this because of the Phantom Tracer? This is some Chainsaw Man reference type of thing here. Was it an illusion or... No, they were calling someone who was not here. Come and join us. Toss away all weaknesses and shortcomings. No one will hurt you. You'll be where you belong. Come, join us and be one. Come and join us. I don't know how that person answered you, but I refuse. You refuse to become a real revelationist? Grace. Then be one of us. Okay, now that's creepy. Be one of us. My body, I can't move. Yeah, but how? Join us. Did I fail? Eh? We prepared a welcoming feast for you. Break the shackles of flesh and the walls between hearts. Open eyes. Open eyes. You are... Is this a data space created by the Phantom Tracer? I didn't even activate the device. I have to get out before it's too late. And the Phantom Tracer is reacting now. Three phantoms have appeared, apparently. I'm starved. Go back to where you came. Okay. Help, let me out. Are they talking about the same place? The Phantom Racer. There's still something missing. It stopped. It seems I can restart it again. You've broken your word. Your struggle is a waste of time. Need to go deeper? Okay. As the whispers in darkness fade away. What? Okay. The food has been stolen. I'm going to crush you, kill you to save you. I can't read at the same time here. Not bad. The whole aquarium violently shakes, the structure that support the whole place, squeaking disconcertingly. Even more worrying are the numerous cracks on the tempered glass that separates the water. This place is collapsing. We're retreating. We still haven't completed our objectives on the lower third floor and in the west wing. If this is too dangerous for you, you can head for the west wing first. It's disconnected from here, so it shouldn't be affected. We constructs don't need to worry about training, and our comms will still work underwater. We can carry on our mission. Why? You haven't equipped the enhanced modules for underwater combat. Fighting in the water will put you at a greater disadvantage. It is too risky to fight hamstrung if we don't know exactly who and what we are fighting. The Purifying Force members do not agree or disagree with you. Instead, they all turn to look at Bianca. Deploy a drone to the lower third floor. We're retreating afterward. One of the members takes out a below-shaped drone and sets up a route on the terminal. The drone spreads its wings and flies toward the lower third floor. Just so you know, these drones are designed to track the Zerus. I have no idea how long it will last in a place with a high punishing virus concentration. It could send back the intel we need, or it could be infected before it could deliver anything important. There's no way of knowing. We're leaving it to chance. You all hear a sharp splinter and immediately look for its source, and chance has not been on our side. As if on cue, you begin to hear the sound of successive crackling and snapping around you. Years of withering and the impact from the fight just now have finally broken the tempered glass that keeps the water away. Fall back. Everyone begins to run. Water breaks through the glass barrier, rushing into the lower second floor. Warning, we have detected the leak at the Dolphin Show Hall. We will be closing it for repair immediately. All guests, please follow the instructions of our staff and leave in an orderly manner. Warning, drainage groups D2A to D2K are offline. Corresponding staff, please troubleshoot the system immediately. A large number of seawater gushes into the Dolphin Show Hall, rising the water level drastically. It quickly reaches your knees, slowing you down significantly. No life forms detected inside the Dolphin Show Hall, initiating lockdown on the venue. Whoa! The gate to the exit is lowering at a moderate but steady pace. Given how thick it appears, you fear that none of your weapons can open it once it is fully shut. Even then, all the Purifying Force members turn to look at you surprised. Someone must have tampered with the system here. That is when you all receive a video in your terminals. You glance at it as you run, and the red tide that has filled the entire space underneath you almost makes you stop. Chance is on our side after all. The member that has been at the back says calmly, "We've managed to dodge a few hetero creatures and capture this before the drone completely fails." That member has not looked up this whole time, operating the drone and recording. You have overclocked your exoskeleton to match the construct's speed, but you are all still a long way from the exit. And there's never just one bad thing that is happening. Commandant, please retreat with your team immediately. Water is leaking everywhere here as well. Enemies incoming. What now? Lucia, get the refugees and the Purifying Force out of here first. Come back with the heavy duty grinder from the transport craft afterward. Commandant, has your location been? I understand that. I will make sure everyone gets out safely. Wait for me. You nod, looking down at the water that has reached your waist. After accepting that there is no exiting before the gate closes shut, all of you begin to slow down, and you start calculating how long the small portable oxygen tank you carry will last. Catch. The construct who suggested continuing the mission tosses you a can. An oxygen tank. It is an oxygen tank adorned with children's drawings done with oil markers. The shell is a little rusty, but the equipment itself seems well maintained, even though it looks nothing like what Babylonia gives you. I kept it from my days as a scavenger. Use this after your oxygen tank runs out, but don't forget to return it afterwards. Well, I guess you are a good person. The construct does not explain too much. Thanks. The construct does not reply, standing to the side. Instead, all that is left is the sound of rushing water and turning gears within the gate. This is so loud. Huh? Is the gate slowing down? Hearing that, you all turn and look. The heavy gate was approaching the water unrelentingly, but its signal light has just changed and is now blinking red. Following a blaring alarm, the gate stops. Right as you wonder if this is another trap laid by the enemy, you hear a frail voice from the broadcast. Greetings, Babylonians. My name is Grace. My team and I have stopped the gate from closing. We are currently trapped inside the control room on the lower second level. Most of us are too weak to walk. We desperately need your help. Grace? Although Grace is one of the targets of the investigation, Bianca thought Grace must have been taken by the red tide after what she has been through. But if Grace is alive, then is Chico with you? I'm sorry, she was standing between the Ascendants and us with her team. All we could do was run. Wow. Our escape route was filled with those monsters, so we've been hiding in the control room. We've run out of food these last few days. Please save us. Save the children at least. We'll be there immediately. Please hold on. Thank you. Thanks. Wow, well, this construct is really a good person deep down, huh? I mean, everyone in this world was actually kind of a bit of a mad dogs. It's not a mad dogs, they're kind of a bit of, tense, if I do say so myself. Like, you're in a post-apocalyptic world, and, the cards are stacked against you 24/7. I thought you would oppose it. The vice captain would have done the same. She wouldn't have done it out of sympathy like you, though. That woman recognized us before we presented ourselves, which means she must have seen us through the cameras. She's only speaking up now because she wants us to eliminate those monsters. I don't believe that they have children with them for a second. If we reject them, however, they would have just threatened us with closing the gate. They're making a move now, probably because they realize that we have a human who can't breathe underwater with us. Don't expect too much from someone who was lured by the Ascendants. Hmm. Okay, I see. We will guard the exit until you have returned. The refugees here are going to take a while to retreat. They're too fragile, having been trapped for so long. After defeating a few remaining hetero creatures on the way, you reach the control room and hear Grace's voice from the broadcast once again. Hold on, I'll open the door immediately. I'll let you do the talking, Commandant. Oh god, my voice. I think my throat is giving up on this. You know, just to stop for a bit here. This is actually my first time speaking this long. Non-stop, actually. Well, nearly non-stop, considering the breaks here and there. This is actually my first time, so I'm not particularly used to this. Heck, it's really taking a toll on my throat. So, yeah, let's continue. You hear the sound of loading guns behind you. Turning around, you find all the Purifying Force members prepared for battle. Just in case. The construct shrugs, following the sound of its spinning steel axis. The door before you slides open. A face identical to the one you saw during the briefing appears in front of you. Compared to her photo, she looks more exhausted. Her lips dry, her eyes sunken. Behind her are a few similarly ailing elders, some of whom are unconscious, however. Where are the children you mentioned? I'm sorry, You can drop your act now. The constructs interrupts her rudely. Who are we moving? Them. The Purifying Force members begin to carry the elderly on their backs. Right then, the aquarium begins to shake violently again, and you hear muffled voices coming from the hallway outside the door. They're back. Hurry, Commandant. The aquarium seems to be collapsing again. Get out of here, everyone. I'll stop the hetero creatures. You too, Commandant. Alright, don't stay too far behind. You carry the last person and begin treading through the water that has reached your chest, running toward the exit. Yeah, I think that was a very long read. But you know what? I guess I'm gonna do a part 2 here. I guess I could start a part 2, but yeah, later today actually. Oh, it's already nearly 2 a.m. Well, right now it's nearly 2 a.m. And I think I'm willing to do a part 2 right around, let's see. So it's already Wednesday. I think I can do a part 2 on Friday for the Punishing Grey Ribbon here. Hey, where's Lucia looking at? Lucia? Yeah, I think I won't be able to force this even further. This is actually my first time doing a long ass, well, technically this is my first time speaking non-stop, and I think I can only last for a maximum of 1.5 hours. So I guess, yeah, I think I'm gonna be ending the stream here and there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rest my voice for an entire day. Not to mention I still have to work and class, but anyway, that's enough of that. Well, I'm just gonna end the video here, okay? So for now, I sure hope you all have a wonderful day, and keep safe as always. So again, this is Namizaki Ren, and I'll see you guys later for our Honkai Star Rail stream, alright? Adieu!